There's a war happening inside your mind right now, and you're losing. Every single night, as you lay in bed promising yourself that tomorrow will be different. Every morning when you wake up and fall back into the same patterns. Every moment you feel that burning desire for change but find yourself paralyzed by invisible chains. Your subconscious mind is working against you. It's sabotaging every attempt you make to evolve, to grow, to become the person you know you're capable of being. But here's what the weak don't understand. Your mind isn't your enemy. It's simply following old programming that was installed without your permission. Tonight, we end this pathetic cycle. Tonight, you learn to reprogram the most sophisticated computer in existence, your own consciousness. And I'm going to show you exactly how the psychological elite have been doing this for centuries. But I warn you, once you implement what I'm about to reveal, there's no going back to your old, limited self. Are you ready to meet your true power? Listen carefully. Your mind operates on two levels, the conscious and the subconscious. Your conscious mind is like a CEO who thinks he's running the company, but your subconscious mind, that's the board of directors that actually makes every decision. And here's the brutal truth. Your subconscious mind was programmed by people who didn't have your best interests at heart. Your parents, your teachers, society, the media. They all installed limiting beliefs into your mental software before you were old enough to question them. Money is hard to make. Good things don't happen to people like us. You're not smart enough, attractive enough, worthy enough. These aren't truths. They're viruses in your mental operating system. And every time you try to upgrade yourself, these viruses activate what psychologists call cognitive resistance. Your mind literally creates physical discomfort when you try to change because it perceives change as a threat to survival. It doesn't care if you're miserable, it only cares that you're familiar. Neville Goddard understood this when he said, "Man's chief delusion is his conviction that there are causes other than his own state of consciousness." But Goddard also discovered the solution, and tonight you're going to master it. What I'm about to share with you has been used by world leaders, billionaires, and the most influential people in history. These are not feel-good techniques. These are psychological reprogramming tactics turned inward. Every morning for the next days, I want you to stand in front of a mirror, look yourself directly in the eyes, and say these words. I see you. I see every excuse you've made, every limitation you've accepted, every dream you've abandoned. Today, you transform. This isn't metaphorical. You're literally declaring war on your old identity. The person who accepts mediocrity, who makes excuses, who lives in fear. That person must be transformed before your new self can emerge. Technique 2. Forced neural reprogramming. Your brain creates neural pathways through repetition. Every time you think, "I can't," you strengthen that pathway. But here's what most people don't know. You can force new pathways into existence through aggressive repetition. For the next 21 days, repeat these affirmations every single day, morning, afternoon, or night. The more often, the better. You can use this affirmation. I am powerful beyond measure. Reality bends to my will. I create my world through my thoughts. And you can also create your own affirmations if you prefer. You don't need to say them out loud. Thinking them with intention already works. You're literally rewiring your brain through brute force. Technique 3. The Identity Override Protocol. This is advanced psychological reprogramming. You're going to create a completely new identity, your future self, and you're going to embody that person starting today. What does your successful self wear? How do they speak? How do they move through the world? You're not pretending. You're method acting your way into a new reality. As Neville Goddard taught, assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and continue to assume that feeling until that which you assumed hardens into fact. Technique 4. Visceral visualization. Most visualization is weak because it lacks emotional intensity. You're going to visualize with such vivid detail that your body believes it's actually happening. See yourself achieving your goals with crystal clarity. Feel the emotions flooding through your body. Hear the sounds, smell the scents, taste the victory. Make it so real that your subconscious mind has no choice but to accept it as truth. Close your eyes. Now, feel the weight of your old self, the person who doubts, who fears, who accepts limitations. Feel how heavy that version of you has become. Now I want you to imagine that version of yourself dissolving into light. Watch as every excuse, every fear, every limiting belief transforms into pure energy and disappears into the darkness. You are not that person anymore. You never were. That was just a costume you wore because you didn't know better. Breathe in power. Breathe out weakness. Now feel your true self emerging from within. This version of you is unstoppable. This version of you commands reality through sheer force of will. Repeat after me and mean every word. I am reborn in this moment. I am powerful beyond measure. I create my reality through my thoughts. My mind obeys my commands. I am becoming everything I desire. Feel this new identity settling into your bones, your blood, your very DNA. This isn't who you're trying to become. This is who you already are, finally awakening from a long sleep. Open your eyes. You are no longer the same person who started watching this video. Here's your mission for the next 7 days. This isn't a suggestion. This is a direct order from your higher self to your limited self. Every morning, mirror confrontation method. Look yourself in the eyes and declare your transformation. Every afternoon, repeat your affirmations. No excuses, no exceptions. Every evening, visceral visualization. Make your future so real you can taste it. And throughout each day, you will act as your successful self. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, today. This process will be uncomfortable. Your old programming will fight back. You might experience anxiety, resistance, or even physical discomfort. This is normal. This is your mind's last desperate attempt to keep you small. Push through it. On the other side of that discomfort is the life you've always dreamed of. Remember, your mind is the most powerful force in your reality, but it's been hijacked by other people's programming. It's time to take back control. If you want more advanced psychological reprogramming tactics for transforming your reality, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Thank you for being here today. Your transformation starts now. Make it count.